Okay, so boom. It is, I want to say it's the end of 2025. I believe it's like November, December 2025. Me and my ex-boyfriend just broke up. And I met this guy named Blank at my ex-boyfriend's school, became super close to that guy, like just like, no weird stuff. Like we were just like friends. And we ended up becoming a lot closer than he was to my then boyfriend. When me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, he ended up being one of the people who like reached out to me every single day on some, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Do you need someone to talk to? All that stuff. We end up deciding that we're gonna work on music together. And he's just like being like someone I can talk to. And mind you, if you've ever gone through a breakup, you understand the pain and the turmoil that you go through. And so I was kind of just like in so much pain and needed someone to talk to and like didn't want to be a burden. And so when someone was offering a safe space for me to talk, I took it. Long story short, I ended up finding out that this man was going back to my ex-boyfriend and telling him everything that I was saying, but twisting things. And this guy is a producer on one of my songs on my past album. And Easter egg. And when I tell you, when I found out, I was so mad because all I did is like I talked to this man about how much like I loved my ex-boyfriend, how I was sad about everything, and this guy is the one who convinced me to put out music. Like, I wasn't gonna put out music because my ex-boyfriend didn't want me to, and I was like, well, he doesn't want me to, so I'm not going to, which is stupid, and like, I'm so glad I did. But this guy who was pretending to be my friend was being a double agent for the both of us, acting like he liked both of us but didn't like either one of us, and he claimed that he did it because he just liked the drama and his life was too boring. And that's the short version. Moving on.
What is your favorite book?
My favorite book? I'm not gonna be performative and act like I read. Like, I think that's so performative. Like, all these people who are like, and my book, and like these celebrities, and they're like, what's inside my bag? And it's a book. And it's like, you don't read that. You don't have the time to read it because you're so busy. I would say that out of the books I have read, there's a book called After the Fall by Kate Hart. I love that book. I think it's a great story. The Proposal, I don't remember. I think it's by Lisa something. Oh my gosh, no. I know my favorite book. The Art of Being Normal. I think it's by Lisa something. I love that book. I read that book in like 6th grade because in middle school I was a big reader. Like, I think all these books I'm talking about I read in middle school when life was good-ish. I love that book. I thought it was so good. The Art of Being Normal. It was like really heartfelt. It was about these two kids that I believe were both trans and like navigating life, and I remember like that like ignited my empathy because I think what I love about books is the same thing that I love about acting and storytelling, is that it like really transplants you into someone else's world and it helps you to understand someone else's story and what they're going through. And I would also say that even though I'm not like an avid reader, like I don't read all the time, but I would say that reading books is good for that. Like, when you're so consumed with your own world and your own thoughts and your own feelings, plugging yourself into someone else's world and trying to understand what it would be like to walk through their shoes, I think is a really great thing, and books help with that.
How do you get inspired and write a song?
Trauma.
Example, girl.
Trauma. No, I think like there are sometimes those songs will come to me so naturally where like I remember like, and sometimes it's usually after listening to a song. After listening to a song, I might think of a different song.
What got you into music?
I think I've always, in some way or another, been into music, but there's like so many different things. I was in 3rd grade and we did a poetry unit, and my teacher, Miss Mead, had like called me to her desk and she was like, Naomi, like, you're really good. And like that sparked a confidence in me that like writing was something I'm good at, and it was just something I did privately, but I kept going because I liked doing something that I was good at. And I think like you and our other friend in middle school were like the only people I would show my songs to, and you guys would validate the fact that the songs are good, which is like good of them because in middle school my songs were
They
not
were good though. They were.
They weren't where they are now. They weren't peak.
They're not, but that's what happens.
You know, some of them aren't that great. Maybe some of them are. I don't know. I'll share one of them one day.
Literally.
But yeah, I think I really loved artists like Billie Eilish who just like wrote their feelings so honestly and released them, and it made me feel seen. And I think I've always in some way or another wanted to do that for someone else, and that kind of got me into it.
What is a hurtful thing someone said about you that turned out to be wrong?
Hurtful thing. It's a really good question. Turned out to be wrong? I'm just like, I don't think a lot of people have said a lot of like genuinely hurtful things. The thing that I can think about like most quickly is there was this kid named blank. And basically, long story short, I was friends with this girl who defended a rapist in her school. And I like dropped her for that because I was like, hey, I like do not want to be associated with that, and like this brings your morals into question, and like I don't think we align as friends anymore. And her friend reached out to me and like sent me screenshots of like my streams on Spotify, and he was like, your streams are looking a little low. And then he was like, the most success you're ever gonna have is your high school production of Urinetown, because I was the lead in Urinetown. And I saved that message in my files because I knew he was gonna be wrong, and he is wrong. But that didn't hurt my feelings. And I'm trying to think. I would think in the context of my feelings being hurt, my ex-boyfriend really made me feel like I just wasn't gonna amount to anything. Like he just made me feel so small. I remember even once when we were together, I'm also an actress and I'm pursuing acting and love that so much, and I've been since I was 10. And he said something to me. He was like, you know, when we're married, it's like when we're married, I just really hope you still take acting classes. And I was like, not, I hope to see you on the big screen, not, I can't wait for you to be on the red carpet, I can't wait for you to be in blockbuster movies or on Broadway or for your music to go, no, I hope you're taking acting classes. And I felt so hurt and so insulted by that, and, you know, he made me feel really, really, really small, and I think it's been proven wrong because I'm not small, and this has been a really great season to, like, see people reacting to these songs and these experiences, because boys got proved wrong.
Period. How was it being 14?
Girl.
Specific.
14 was hard. I will say that, like, there's two different parts of 14 for me, because, so I was 14 when COVID happened, like, or 13 when it first happened, and then, like, it was still COVID time when I was in middle school. And when I was 14, the first half of the year, I liked this kid named Charlie, and I don't know, like, I remember Charlie.
Throwback.
I have no idea where that guy is today, but I had a huge crush on him, and, like, I don't know, I remember deciding I was gonna be positive, and was like, no, I wanna be happy, I'm just gonna be happy, and I remember, like, the first half of that year being, like, so headstrong about that, and then once summer hit, I went to this, like, summer program, and there was this guy there who, oh my gosh, I thought I was in love with that man. Israel Stahl, if you're seeing this, I had the biggest crush on him. I was so in love with him. Or I wasn't really, but I did think I was at 14. I remember 14 feeling really serious, and because we were about to enter high school, and, you know, you've, like, kind of, like, fully developed a little bit. Like, I remember 14 feeling like a rush of emotions, and, like, everything was life or death. But to be honest, like, a lot of the teenage experience feels like life or death, and it feels really chaotic and extreme and intense. And so 14 felt like that for sure, because that was, like, the beginning, but it, like, did not stop feeling that way until I reached, like, maybe 17 years old. I think that's probably when things got calmed down a little bit.
What would you tell young you?
I would tell young me that it gets better, and I think she would roll her eyes, because I think so many people have told me that it gets better, and people tell me that today, that it gets better, but I would really tell her that it gets better. I would warn her. I think I am so, gullible's not the right word, but I really take things at face value, and I would tell her that people need to earn her trust and earn her love and earn her respect instead of just like giving it to people.
How did you start music, and was it hard to start your music career?
How did I start music? Well, it's kind of like everything I just said, but how did I start my music career? Guys, I feel like my music career is still starting. Like, I posted an Instagram reel one day, and then 2 weeks later I had 50,000 followers, and so all of this happened in the month of July of 2026. It's been super crazy, and things are still like bubbling up. Like, record labels are reaching out, management companies are reaching out. It's insane and crazy, and you know, I'm like just at the beginning of what I hope to be a very, very long career. Okay, guys, I did end up answering every single question, but altogether, the video is like an hour long in the second part, or maybe, yeah, because I cut some things from the first video too. And the second part was like 45 minutes. And I was like, I cannot release that much talking. No one should listen to 45 minutes worth of me talking unless it's like a podcast or something. But I was like, yeah, that's insane. So I think anything that's, you know, over 13 minutes is a bit crazy. And so I thought this was a great place to end the video and say thank you for your questions. Me and my best friend had so much fun going through them and answering all of them. And if I missed your question, don't you fret. I'm going to do this again at some point in life.